Listen, the heat outside is so disrespectful, but your makeup don't have to be. If you're tired of your makeup sliding all over your face and off of your face in this heat, then girl, take a seat because this video is for you. Hey beautiful, it's Darlene and welcome back to Beauty is What I Do 2.0. And if this is your first time, my channel is all about encouraging women in midlife, talking to you about beauty, which is what I love, a little bit of fashion, and some entrepreneurial tips. But today is all about this look, this tropical, colorful, bronzy makeup look. And girl, we're all stepping out because the heat is on. And I need y'all to know how to make your makeup last in this heat. So whether you're headed on a cruise, you're headed to the beach, you're headed to a resort, girl, wherever you're going, wherever you're stepping out and you need your makeup to last, I'm showing you how to waterproof, sweat-proof your makeup so you can look your best no matter where you're going. We're trying to show up and be the golden goddesses that we are. Okay, no matter where we go, we showing up. And I must say that this look is giving resort. This look is giving afternoon tea, right? Okay, y'all, so let's dive in right now. Ciao. Always messing up. Anyway, so I have already done skincare. So I am going to run down because I realize that everybody that's watching the video has not watched my prior videos. And so you don't know what my skincare regime looks like, especially when it comes down to prepping for the skin. So I always start off with, oh my God, I do clean my face, but I didn't bring the cleanser. So I'm going to put a picture right here of the cleanser that I use. It's by Kiehl's Midnight Oil Recovery, I believe is the name of it. I use an oil cleanser. At night, I do double cleanse. Start off with the oil cleanser because it just breaks down all the pigment very, very good. And then I cleanse again with a foam wash or gel wash. The one I'm currently using right now is by Clinique. So I'm not really picky when it comes to foam washes. However, I am picky with my oil cleanser and I love that one, and that's just that. So then after I do my oil cleanse, I then start off with my Biosense Squalene Rose Oil. This is what I put on next. I use a half a pump, rub it together, massage it all over my face, including my neck. So that's my step one. And then what that does is it helps to draw moisture to the skin. So that's why I use that. And I love it because I'm naturally dry. If you're oily, you may want to just use that at night, especially now that it's summertime. The second thing I go in with is my Peter Thomas Roth Vitamin C Serum. And y'all, we're getting older, our skin just changes. And so this will help to brighten the skin. Vitamin C is excellent for brightening the skin. And then I go in with my, sometimes like this morning I did, my Peter Thomas Roth Hydrogel eye patches, right? Because sometimes when we wake up, we have puffiness or it's just, we ain't looking right underneath the eye or we're a little dark. And when I tell you these patches work, it helps to smooth out the texture of the skin. It helps to make the skin look like glass. It literally makes my skin underneath here, y'all, it looks good. You have to admit it looks good. So after I leave that on for about 15 minutes, I then come back and I follow up with my Clinique All About Eyes. Love it. It's a gel base, but it gives me just the right amount of moisture that I need. But it also helps with puffiness, fine lines, dark circles, and it's great underneath my makeup. And then my moisturizer is also by Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench. When I tell you, it literally feels like a drink of water on your skin. It's a gel base, great for this time of the year, summertime, great for my oily skin girls, great for dry skin. Just, it's the season for this, right? Then once the season change, I'll go back into my heavier moisturizer. And then, you know what I'm gonna look into, because I like when a moisturizer has an SPF in it as well. I used to, for years, use Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer with, I think it has an SPF of 30. And I don't know why I stopped using it. I felt like I probably just needed a little bit more moisture. But I'm gonna look and see if Peter Thomas Roth makes a moisturizer that has an SPF, because if your moisturizer does not, you're gonna have to come on in and do your SPF. So I use the Black Girl Vitamin with SPF 30. I love it. There's so many now on the market that doesn't leave that white cast from the titanium dioxide. It's ultra sheer, fragrance free, broad spectrum, SPF 30. It has avocado and jojoba oil. It's water resistant. I did not know that. 80 minutes. This is good. And it's for face and body. And this is why I love this one. So let's get into this makeup. First things first, I had to go get this because I just kept hearing so many wonderful things about it. And I'm like, okay, let me go get it. It won't hurt not to have another fabulous foundation primer. So I went out and I purchased the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm. That's the full name, right? And I got it because of all the things that people were saying about it, that especially other makeup artists, was like, it just fully smooths out the skin. If you have large pores, it fills that in, which is really what a primer is supposed to do anyway. But it's something about this. It's more of a treatment as well as a primer. So let me just let you know all the things that it does. It says that it's an intensely moisturizing, fragrance-free, balm to serum treatment that hydrates, repairs, soothes with moisture repair complex. It blends, and it has a blend of 16 nourishing ingredients to transform the skin's barrier. All that is good. Has hyaluronic acid in it, which is great, which helps to boost and replenish hydration. It has cocoa butter, which deeply moisturizes and repairs for dry, flaky skin. It has vitamin E. It protects against free radicals. We love that. It has olive-derived vegan squalene. It protects the skin from dryness and dehydration. So this is great. So it sounds like it's more so perfect for a normal to dry skin tone. So if you are combination skin, I would say you're going to map out how are you going to apply this. So this is how it looks. It does come with, as you saw, a little scooper on the lid. So I'm gonna pop that out some kind of way. All right. And so what I mean by, if you have combination skin, you know where you get the oiliest, right? So you want to use your little scooper, and it's very creamy, and you just want to kind of just take it and get enough on there. And then most people who are like oily in a T-zone, right? So this is how you would do that. You would be very strategic to map out how you want to apply it. But instantly, I don't know if you can see how it really just matted out, smoothed out that area compared to right here where you can still see the moisture, right? So it really does create that barrier between your skin and your foundation, so your foundation will go on much smoother. Immediately, I can feel it, I can see it, but guess what, your girl, I don't mind having it all over because I want all my foundation everywhere to last and to look smooth. And so what that would mean is if you are oily skin, you would use another type of primer on the rest of the face. So all that means, that's mapping it out. Using it where you mostly need it, and then use a regular type of primer on the rest of the face. Now, as the title suggested, I'm gonna show y'all how I normally would do like a bride's makeup. So as you know, or you may not know, is that I've been a makeup artist for over 20 years. And my favorite people or favorite type of event to do is a wedding. And of course, most weddings take place in the summertime. And if it is the bride's desire, she's getting married outside. As a matter of fact, I got married outside. I got married on a beach. I got married on the beach of Aruba. And so when I tell you that I mastered this, I mastered how to keep that makeup on through the sun, through the rain, through the wind. I'm about to give it all to you today. And so priming the skin is going to be very key. And the way this weather has been going here in these United States, y'all, it's hot. And y'all need to know how to keep y'all makeup on and still look glowy and bronzy, and that's what we're gonna do today. So that is your primer. Make sure when you put it back in, lock it in, as I did not. Okay, that's that. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. Now, I've been holding out on this foundation. I might have mentioned it once, maybe twice, but I'm dry. But in the summertime, y'all, I pull out a matte foundation. Yeah, I needed to a lightweight. The only way I still use a sheer, lightweight, tinted moisturizer in the summer is if my skin is already pretty even. And then I don't really need a whole lot anyway. As a matter of fact, if I already have a tan, I've been on vacation, I've been laying out, and my skin is kind of even, all I'll really put on at that point is concealer and then a powder. Right? Because your skin is really even. So you don't really need foundation. But if in the meantime, until I get that tan, I am using a foundation. I am using a pretty much medium foundation, but it is also going to be matte foundation. And the one that I choose to use this time of the year, or a lot of times special occasion, is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation 24 Hour. Y'all, I got all the colors because I love it. The color I'm using now, I feel like I am right now, is Chai, C-H-A-I. So if you're my skin tone, this is what you're going to use. But this is key. This is key. Matte foundation in the summer, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to do one pump, one full pump on my hand. And I feel like that could be enough. I'm going to use my beauty blender, and it is damp. And I'm going to use the side of it, and we're going to apply as so. Going to just tap it all over. And I love the coverage of this. Number one, I love the finish. Though it's a matte, it just doesn't really look matte once it dries down. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to this foundation. Yeah, that's a good color. See how pretty? Okay, I have enough on the back of my hand that I think that it will be enough for the other side. And the reason I'm choosing to use a sponge as opposed to a brush is because it is a medium to full cover. I am going to use a little bit more. Because it is a medium to full coverage foundation, it's shearing it because the moisture of the sponge does absorb some of the pigment. So it's shearing it out a little bit, which is a perfect combination for me and the type of coverage that I'm looking for. I'll go ahead and put some on my eyelid. Yeah, you probably need two. I still want to cover up that demarcation there, or the hyperpigmentation actually. And I'm also using it to cover a little bit more of where my glasses sit on my nose. Looks great. Okay, girl. We're gonna move on to concealer. Okay, so the concealer that I'm using is also by Too Faced, Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. And the color I'm using today is Warm Sand. And I'm not gonna just go in like that. I'm gonna still use the back of my hand as my palette. So I'm pressing it, twirling it, getting all that pigment onto the back of my hand. And I'm going to use this bad boy right here, y'all. The power of the square, spongy, triangle thing is good because I want to be very strategic about where I'm putting my concealer. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the fatter part and I'm tapping it into the sponge. And then I'm going to just place it exactly where I want it. A little itch here. I'm gonna place it exactly where I want it and then take it out and then let it sit. So I want it down the side of my nose. And I want it to come up like that. I'm just placing it exactly where I want it and in the shape that I want. Taking the rest from the back of my hand. This way, by doing it with the sponge also, you're not using too much product. And as you know, because we are women of a certain age, we don't want too much product underneath this eye area because we don't want it to settle in any fine lines as least as possible. Did I say that right? As least as possible? You know what I mean. Okay. Then the remaining, whatever's left on there, we're going to take it in the center for our highlight there. And forehead, whatever's left on that sponge is just enough. And then here, in here. Just enough. Okay. Strategically put it exactly where we want it. Now, you know what? When you got time for it, do it. It's not that it takes a whole lot of time, but for me, at the end of the day, it does the finished look exactly where I want. I don't have to go back in and now do too much work because I've already placed it exactly where I needed it. So that's why I go through all that. And I just like this technique. So it's up to you, girl. So now here we go. This is first step in making this look waterproof. Now you're going to grab you're gonna need 2 setting sprays for this. I'm gonna just tell you right now, you're gonna need 2 setting sprays, girl, and it's gonna be worth it, okay? Because it's summertime and you're going on vacation, you're going on the boat, you know what, you're doing all the things and you need your makeup to last. So the first thing you're gonna do is you pick up some of this Morphe continuous spray. It could be any type of setting spray because this, particularly like this one because the way that it comes like a aerosol or a mist, I guess. It's just a beautiful just setting spray is all I can tell you, and it's not doing too much. Then you're going to let that sit just for like a few seconds, and then I'm going to start to blend it out. So this is the first step to making your whole look waterproof, okay? Now, I probably got that all over my lens of my camera. I don't know, but anyway, you can see the moisture there. So then I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just gonna tap around the edges. Still gonna leave that by the nose, just where it is. And now I'm going to finally pick up a brush. And I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit it in the middle, closer to my nose. And I'm just tapping it, hitting really those edges. And then the edges of this highlight. Because I'm gonna come back and kind of that a little bit anyway. You're like, Darlene, you already got on your lashes. Yes, girl, I had to go ahead and put these lashes on. I was like, I'm not gonna be fooling around in this, and we're gonna do makeup all. And a lot of times, a lot of you guys already maybe have extensions on, so yeah, just work around your lashes. And y'all, here we go. And I can already feel that it's setting. I can feel, you know, setting lotion is a setting spray is supposed to do. I already feel it kind of tightening, which is making this gonna be the most long-lasting makeup application you ever had. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to set this, right? Though we've just used that, we're gonna now set it with our powder because we still have to set the entire face. So I'm gonna be using Sephora smooth powder. That's what I'm gonna use. This color is called Tan. And I'm just gonna use my triangle sponge to set all over. I'm gonna first just start with the face. Tapping in it. And now I'm gonna go in and do the under eye. Beautiful, flawless, and done. And now I'm going back in bam, with another one, okay? This is setting number 2. Because I want that to just melt into my skin, all right? Now we're gonna move on into color. So now I'm gonna just go in and just do just very light contour. I don't want a whole lot. I'm using one by NARS. It's a very old one. It's called Medina. And this is how it looks. And I'm just using just a little, when I tell you little bit, I'm gonna use an angled brush, tapping into it, tapping off any excess, and just a little there. You can see the difference. It's just a little bit of a shadow there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Very little. And if you want, you could do a little bit on the chin, but that is just enough. And then I'm gonna take a little bit with an eyeshadow brush, tap into it, and take a little bit down the side of the nose. So the key here is that you don't always necessarily have to do a cream contour. You can certainly do a powder contour. Then I'm gonna go back with my sponge and tap it. And that's all I need for contour today. And then I'm gonna go in with my blush. Now remember that we're doing summertime, we're doing glowy, we're doing bronze, right? Not a whole, we're doing color. Oh, we're gonna do some color, but it's not gonna be a whole lot. So I just want my cheeks to glow. So I'm using the Milani Rose, what is it called? Rose Dora #2. That's the blush that I'm gonna be using. And I'm just using a regular blush brush, tapping it using the side of it. And I like to do that. That's just my thing. And I'm just tapping it right on top of where I put that contour. Because I'm trying to glow, y'all. Really pretty. Just enough. So now it is time to fill in the brows a little bit. I already have my brow gel on that I use by Maybelline. What is it called? I don't know, but I'll make sure I'll put it in the description. As a matter of fact, everything I'm using will be in the description. Also, when you're looking at it on the screen, because I get a lot of people ask, I don't see it, it's not in the link, it's not. There's also on the screen, you should be seeing little products pop up. So that's just another convenient way of you making sure you get exactly what you want. So it is there on the screen, but definitely in the description. So the brow pencil that I'm using is Benefit Precisely My Brow. That's what I'm using. I'm using 3.75. My brows are a little darker because it is summer and I know that I will be getting darker. So I'm not lightening my brows until probably maybe November. Looks good. Girl, yes. That's a good brow. That 3.75 does me right all the time. It's just enough. Not too dark, not too light. It's great. So I am gonna go back and take a little bit of my concealer and go up underneath my brow because I want just a little bit of a highlight there. And I'm gonna just use a flat eyeshadow brush for that. Actually, no, I'm gonna use a concealer brush for that. I'm just tapping into it from my hand. I'm gonna flip this mirror around so I can really see. And then I'm gonna outline the other side. Brows need to be done, you guys. Okay. And then I'm just gonna blend that down with a brush. And as I get closer to the brow, I'm just tapping it because I don't want to move where I placed it. But at the edges, I am bringing it down. I see a little gap. Let me go in and fix that. Awesome. Now, we're about to get into this summertime eye makeup product that I found yesterday. Oh my gosh. So pretty and easy. Let me show y'all what it is. Okay, so I'm so excited to show you guys this. I remember when I used to work for Laura Mercier many years ago, they came out with these eyeshadow sticks and they were just creamy eyeshadows on a stick that were waterproof that I love. They didn't move. A lot of times I would just use it by itself or I would use it first as a base and put an eyeshadow on top. And I forgot how much I love them and how convenient they are, especially for travel. You guys would love these for travel where you don't have to take eyeshadow with you, right? So anyway, I went and found one that I thought would be really cute for that bronze look. So this one is by Fenty, and the color is called, girl, I have to get my glasses. Hold on. The color is called, let's see. Ooh, child. How did they expect you to, I should have kept the box. Shadow, oh no, it's called Shadow Stick, but the color, I can't read it. It's blended in so much. So I'll make sure I find it though and put it in the description because it's cute. I'm gonna call it copper right now. But you just roll it up. And so you're just gonna put it on your lash line because that's when, and so it has some shimmer in it. So when you're gonna wear shimmer, that's where it's gonna go. On your lash line, on your lid, that's where it goes. So I'm just pulling my eye out a little bit and just rubbing it across. That's cute already. I'm taking it all over my lid. Ooh, that's cute. Now let me see. Let me just experiment with it. If I want to just use a little brush to blend out the edge, and I do, yes. Oh, how pretty is that? And so the only thing that I have in my crease right now is just a little bit of that contour powder that I use, right? Just a little bit on a brush, and I just went in there, and that's all you need, guys. How pretty is that? I'll put a little bit more closer here, just to give it more of a little pop right there. Oh, I love that. Let's do the other side. Love this. How easy and convenient is this? And they came in so many colors. I want to say they had about, I know there was at least 10 colors to choose from, at least. I think when I go back, I'm going to get a gold. But how pretty. Oh, I love it. Let me flip my mirror. That's it. That's all you need right there. And then, as you saw, I just took my brush and just blended the edge, right? So that everything is nicely blended, and that's good. Now I'm gonna also use a little bit, so you see it's on a point. I'm gonna also use it underneath as an eyeliner underneath. Now you know that took that eye look to a whole nother level. Oh, I like it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so now we're done with that part. Now I'm about to throw a monkey wrench into this. You're not ready. Some of y'all gonna like it. Some of y'all might even love it. And then some of y'all gonna be like, Darlene, you are doing the most. But you know what? I'm a makeup artist. I can't help it. I wanna expand your mind, right? Makeup is meant to be fun. And I wanna do it. And I remember this one thing I'm about to show you. I used to do it all the time. So I was that little girl who was always showing the other little girls how to wear makeup, and we weren't supposed to be in no makeup. That was me. And then this color was my color. This was my signature color, right? And I found it yesterday. Brought me back, y'all. And I cannot wait to show you. So first thing is, I already have on my lashes. So I want to take the look up a notch, and with some blue. We're going to go in with some blue eyeliner on this because it's all fun and sun and tropical, right? So we're going to do a little bit of blue eyeliner on top of this. So I'm going to extend that. I'm going to just go right at the base of where my lashes are. And just take it across. Y'all know that's cute? Ooh, I'm gonna do the other one right on the base of the lash. Y'all know that's fun. Y'all know that's vacation. Y'all know that's tropical. I'm not gonna stop there. This is so funny to me. Sephora makes colored mascara, and I found this big old blue one. So I'm gonna hit the tips of my lashes with this. That's the color. And I'm just gonna hit the tips, girl. Because when somebody look over at me, they could be like, hold on with that blue, with that, oh, that's cute. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my bottom lash line. As a matter of fact, we're gonna switch that up. We are gonna do a brown on the bottom lash line. So let me hold up. So you change my mind. I don't want to do the blue on the bottom. I'm gonna stick to black. And I'm using the Magic Extension by MAC that I've talked about so many times. So we're gonna do that on the bottom lash line. Being very careful. That's it. Girl, listen, I know it's probably what? It's taking us back to early 90s. I love it. Yeah, we're gonna bring this look on home, and now we're gonna do the lips. So I'm gonna stick with my chestnut lip liner. I think it was earlier this year or either last year, I discovered these glitter lip balms by Fenty, and that's what I'm gonna use. This color is number 2, and it's called Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb Stick. Again, the writing is too small, so I'll be sure to put it in the description, but it's right. Y'all, and that's the look. So this is your final setting, and of course we're going to finish it off with the one size setting spray. And this is what's going to make your makeup literally not move. Like, this makes claims that you can swim in it. Girl, I didn't test it. You can, but I do know it does make my makeup last all day long. And I hold my breath. Girl, this is the look. This is your summertime glow. This is your summertime glow. And we're gonna pull this whole look all together now. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the look fully pulled together. See y'all? See how we gonna look this summer? Oh my God, I love it. So imagine, you've got on all your colors, you got on your jewelry, you got your hair done, you're on vacation, you're on a resort, you're out to dinner, you're doing all the things with your friends, with your honey bun, and that makeup is not gonna move. That makeup is not going to move. Come on, test me. Test me, follow the steps, test me, and come back and let me know how it worked for you. I already know it's foolproof, boo. It is foolproof. So we're glowing. We got on makeup that's not gonna move, and we doing all the things this summer. So thank you so much for joining me on this little waterproof makeup tutorial. I enjoy bringing it to you and showing you the possibilities of what your makeup can really look like if you just step out the box just a little bit. Y'all gotta agree, that blue mascara is real cute. It's real cute. All right, so if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're like, who is this woman, right? But on here, listen, I love motivating midlife women to look their best, feel their best. We talk about a little bit of fashion, a little bit of entrepreneurship, and just things that make us who we are at this time and phase in our lives. If you are my day ones, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. You always support me. I love you, and I hope that you are learning that finding all these tips very valuable in your midlife journey as well. So thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.